I want to talk about belief in yourself. As you might imagine, as an entrepreneur, I have many friends that are starting businesses, running businesses, building empires. What's interesting is that there's a subset of those individuals that have an unwavering belief in themselves. Now, the reason that I bring this up is not because I believe that everybody out there in the world wants to be an entrepreneur, but rather that the stakes for being an entrepreneur are pretty high. And if we are, as individuals, just out in the world living life, and we are trying to create certain results for ourselves, we are able to learn a lot from business owners who have generated a certain amount of resilience in order to weather the ups and downs of entrepreneurial life. The reason that I bring this up, right, is that one of the key things that I see in terms of the ability to be successful is that unwavering belief in oneself. Now, this does not mean that you are living a life of delusion, but rather that you have this unwavering belief. And because of that, it creates this resilience that allows you to show up, invest in yourself, pick yourself up when you fall. Know that no matter what, you are going to be able to tap into your own inner strength and create something for yourself or make a decision that will allow you to take a different path. So, if we are, again, out there in the world and we're trying to live our best life and create an environment that we feel inspired by, it is this unwavering belief in ourselves that we need to cultivate. So, why is that so hard? What's going on under the surface for many of us that keeps us questioning ourselves and staying stuck? Part of it has to do with the fact that as a whole, we aren't doing enough on a regular basis to regulate our nervous system. And when that starts to become an issue for us, we can sometimes either get stuck in fight or flight, or we can even find ourselves moving into more of that freeze state. We are not treating our nervous systems as being a component of what we need to pay attention to on a regular basis. Just like you need to be paying attention to the food that you're eating and the way that you're moving your body, both of which contribute to a healthy nervous system. But we also need to be doing things like managing our mind and seeking some joy and doing things like increasing our vagal tone through humming and breath work and grounding and cold exposure and regulating our gut. The reason this is so foundational is because if we have a dysregulated nervous system and we're getting caught more in that fight or flight or even freeze, we have a harder time believing in ourselves. So, step number one is always going to be look at the things that you are doing that are maybe dysregulating your nervous system first. I also want to talk about more of the mindset and where this disbelief is coming from. So, specifically, ask yourself the question, why don't I have unwavering belief in myself? Am I looking to the past for evidence of where I've tried something similar and it didn't work out? Am I getting stuck in that? Because if I am, I'm discounting all of the things that potentially could have changed, right? We could have become a totally different person than the person we were in the past when we tried this the first time. We could have learned new things. Plus, our future is not dictated by our past. Our future is dictated by how we are choosing to show up today and the path that we're choosing to put ourselves on. So, if we can kind of clean up some of that thinking, it will help us create more belief in ourselves. We might also be looking to external sources of validation. So, if you're looking to loved ones or friends or others to help you decide whether or not you are capable of doing something, their own internal junk is going to come up. Okay. So instead of looking to that external source of validation, you want to be checking in with yourself. Never let somebody outside of you determine what it is that you believe. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't go and ask for help or support or, mentoring or guidance. But also, if let's say your mentor says, gosh, this isn't possible, and you really, really, really want to make it happen, your belief in yourself is more important than their disbelief. Finally, Are you doubting yourself because you've never done this before? Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So it's totally natural for you to have doubt or confusion or, just feeling of overwhelm when you are trying something new. That does not mean that you are incapable of making it happen. So what we want to do is we want to clean up that thinking, right? If we are trying to accomplish something that we have never accomplished before, it does not help for us to think that we are incapable of doing it because we've never done it. What we want to do is start believing in ourselves powerfully to make it happen. There is something that I've been trying to achieve in my life for a very long time, almost 30 years. And I haven't yet figured it out. I haven't yet figured out exactly how I am going to achieve this thing that I want to achieve. I've tried many times before and I've failed many times before. I've found some things that work and there are other things that don't, but I haven't yet achieved what it is that I want to achieve. And so I keep going back and I keep trying new things and I keep showing up because I believe in my ability to figure it out at some point in time. Now, does that mean that I'll ever figure it out? Not necessarily, but my life is going to be so much better because of my belief in myself, because I will always be moving in a forward direction, even when I slide back from time to time. As long as I have this belief in myself, I will keep eventually showing up. And one of these days, I am going to figure it out. But if I don't have that belief, then it will never happen. So that brings me to my next question. What is the cost of that disbelief? How is it causing you to show up? If you aren't believing in yourself, you probably aren't showing up with confidence. You're probably not showing up and trying things over and over and over again. You're probably not asking questions or learning new things. You're probably avoiding doing the very thing that you want to be doing. So that cost of disbelief is causing you to show up in a way where you're never going to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. What would it mean to have an unwavering belief in yourself without any evidence? What's the downside here, right? Sometimes I think that we believe that if we undersell our belief in ourselves, that we won't get hurt. That if we believe in our ability out loud or even internally, that other people can look at us, and when we fall or we're experiencing some of that, just natural cadence of what it takes when we are reaching for big things, where we go up and we go down and we go backward and we go forward, and it's not that just linear process that looks like a straight up arrow. So I think that sometimes we believe that if we have that unwavering belief in ourselves and we go through that natural cadence, other people can look at us and be like, haha, see, you had that unwavering belief in yourself and you didn't get it right. And I think sometimes that fear is what we hold on to, having other people to say, look, you didn't do what you said you were going to do. What if you just let them be wrong about you? What if you let them have the wrong opinion, have the wrong thought, think that you are incapable, and then you just do it anyway? What kind of freedom would that give you? But if we're holding on to that disbelief in ourselves because we believe somehow that's going to protect us, that it's going to keep us from getting hurt, we're just hurting ourselves ahead of time. We are bringing that failure into the present, and we're not even giving ourselves a chance to see what we are capable of achieving. So why not just let them be wrong about you? Why not have that unwavering belief in yourself and see what you can create? Whether it's changing jobs, moving, retiring, exiting relationships, mending relationships, making money, starting a business, whatever it is for you, why not double down on your belief in you and see what that does for what it is that you're trying to achieve? All right. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that if you have questions, you reach out, get some personal coaching. I am here to help you on this journey. Until next time, be well.